Sweet face, baby.
Yeah, this thing called life doesn't come with a manual. It doesn't come with a way to go. The instructions not included. Stay tuned, any topics we discuss where you can use it. Yeah, this thing called life doesn't come with a way to go. It doesn't come with a manual. Yeah, you can search, I swear it ain't nothing like Jay-Z, the blueprint. Ooh, now let me make one.
Instructions not included, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Ooh, Virtual Friday. We're live.
Hey,
What's up?
welcome back to Instructions Not Included. I'm your girl Aisha, and I'm here with my husband, co-host, and partner in parenting, Claude. And today we're tackling whatever parent dreams about, and that is your baby sleeping through the night.
Yeah, for real, literally. Yo, if you're in the thick of sleepless nights, trust us. We've been there. Those first few weeks can be a bit of blur, a bunch of nighttime wake
Sure.
ups, feeding or pooping, but really just trying to figure out why your baby's awake like at 3 in the morning. Look, check this out. We got a few tips to help them sleepless nights turn into restful ones.
That's right. We're not saying it's going to be easy, but with a little patience, practice, and consistency, and some helpful strategies from us today will help your baby develop some better sleep habits. So let's
Let's do it.
dive in.
You want to start with the basics, babe?
Yeah, so let's start with the basics. Understanding why newborns and sleep and why they do.
Why they sleep, how they do. You are too funny. She's tongue tied today. It's all
Today is the
good.
day. So, Claude, do you remember how unpredictable those days were
Of course.
when they were little?
Hell yeah, absolutely. Look, newborns don't know nothing about day and night schedules. They usually sleep in like short bursts, right? So it's usually like a 2 to 3 hour time frame. They might get some sleep, and because they don't know the difference between day and night yet, their little internal clocks or that circadian rhythm, it just hasn't been developed yet.
Absolutely. So, the first thing we're going to do is recognize the difference, help your baby recognize the difference between day and night sleeping, right? Day and night time. During this time, keep the days in the daytime, keep it super bright,
Mhm.
right? And we want you to make sure you continue your daily activity. So, in the room that you're in, we want to make sure you keep everything bright. Use the overhead lights, open the blinds. Okay, so the sunlight can come in. Gloomy days, make sure they're open. And at nighttime, we're going to reverse the condition. We're going to make sure it's super calm and dark and quiet. So that signals your baby it's time to sleep.
Yeah, so like Aisha said, it's a quick tip for the parents who's struggling with the babies awakened that's just being awake all night. Try flipping the schedule by using the lights. Like she said, during the daytime, you want to make sure that you turn the lights on. If you got to turn all of them on, then great. But you want to give them that, I guess, kind of trick their mind into believing that, or knowing that it is daytime. So turn on the lights. If it's cloudy outside, turn the lights on. This will help signal their little brain that it's daytime. Okay.
Yes. And remember, this takes time. It took our girls about 14 days. Babies don't adjust overnight, but with consistency, they'll start to figure out, I'm supposed to be awake or I'm supposed to be sleeping.
Right. So to sum it all up, newborns don't have, they haven't developed that circadian rhythm. They can't distinguish day from night. So use daytime light and normal activity to signal that it's daytime.
Right. Creating a calm, dark, and quiet environment at night is to encourage sleep. Use bright indoor lights during the day and help your baby rest sleep pattern if they're awake and all night.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's talk about the bedtime routines though. Babe, do you remember when our kids was little, what worked for us when it came to getting our kids ready for bed?
Routines were very important. Babies thrive on consistency and have a predictable bedtime routine that helps signal the baby it's time to wind down. For us, it was simple as eating dinner and then a warm bath. I will use a little lavender in their bath, a light massage sometimes for the girls, and maybe was Claude's it was Claude's department to read a book because I wasn't a big reader. He would read a book or play some music, and they would know it was time to wind down.
Yeah, so reading a book, it's really that routine. It's really just like Aisha said, it was mostly like, all right, food, bedtime, um, wind down, bring the lights down. You know what I'm saying? Just keeping it consistent. Consistency is key. So it's really just trying to do it over and over so they get used to it. You know, you want to do the same thing every night so your baby starts to associate those activities with sleep. And then, because sometimes we had opposite work schedules.
Mhm.
So back then when our kids were, babies and infants and we had to work, we had to communicate, and we had to figure out what worked best for us to make sure that we were consistent. So if you and your partner just say work opposite shifts or something like that, make sure that y'all communicate, okay, this is what we're going to do. um and just try to keep it consistent, because that routine being consistent, it just makes things a lot better. And yeah, keep that routine, right?
Also, and don't forget about their sleep environment. Make sure you have some white noises to drown out the background noise. This helps your baby feel secure. They're in the womb for 9 to 10 months, so they can absolutely hear all of the sounds around them. So don't be afraid of that. So we use a little sound machine or your cell phone to play them some nice, soft, relaxing music or white noise, the oceans or the sea sounds.
Yeah,
um,
because now they got like uh Google speakers, in this day and age, you got tons of things
Tons
that
of
you can
things.
choose from the speakers and Alexa and all of that good stuff. So you got tons of stuff to choose from.
Little sneak peek, little tidbit. We are actually getting some new sound machines here in Sweet Face where you can travel with the sound machine. It doesn't have, you don't need Wi-Fi, you don't need the internet or anything like that. So you can just hook it on and battery operated. It'll go with you, press a little noise, and wherever you are, baby is able to hear that noise to relax.
And also make sure that the room is at a comfortable temperature, not too hot, not too cold. Well, you know how you like to sleep, but
Hmm.
also make sure that your baby's comfortable too. So keep your room at a comfortable temperature, along with those, like white noise machines. A ceiling fan always works, or a fan, because fans tend to, just the noise of the fan is kind of calming as well. So if it's like a summer day or a spring day or it's kind of warm outside, like I said, the temperature is important, but the sound is also important. Another thing that's super important is the sleepwear. Okay, make sure your baby's in something breathable, like a swaddle blanket or something like that, or just some real nice something that is comfortable to where they're not too hot once again, or they're not too cold. The goal is to create that cozy, calming space that just encourages them to sleep.
All right, a quick recap. Create consistent bedtime routines. For example, give a bath or massage, story, or lullaby. Use a white noise machine to help your baby soothe your babies, soothe them down for to get ready for nighttime and
Just to block out the noise.
block out
Yeah.
noise. Yeah.
And also ensure that the room is comfortable temperature, like we said. Dress your baby appropriately. Um, and remember, a predictable routine helps the baby associate activities with bedtime. So make it a routine. Keep it predictable. Keep it to where, they get used to, "Oh, okay, man, this is time. Now it's time to go to bed.
All right, Claude. Now let's talk about nighttime wake ups. Claude, what's the advice for parents who are up during the nights with their babies at all hours?
Pray for sleep." I mean,
Stop.
that's what no, look, first, know that it's normal. All right. Newborns wake up frequently to eat, to poop. Don't expect them to sleep through the night right away. So this is just something that you have to already kind of expect. This is what's going to happen, right? But as they grow, they get older, you can start spacing out the feedings, encourage them, to self-soothe. You could just do things that as they get older. But I would just say that the main thing would be um just like we said before, having that routine. But but no, as a parent, it's not just going to be instant, right?
Right.
Take some time, allow them to grow, allow them some time to grow and to get used to it, right?
Right, right. One thing that worked for us was keeping the nighttime interactions very minimum, right? So when the baby would wake up for a feeding, it was low lights. It was just to feed. There was no playing, no interaction with baby. Oh, you're so cute. Not in the middle of the night, right?
Uh,
So we just really kept things to a minimum, not too much stimulation. The goals was to let our baby know that it was nighttime and nighttime was for sleeping and not playing.
Right. And I know in today's world, we have all of these different devices. And at times, to where, as parents, if we wake up and the phone is right by us, right? That could be a distraction for the baby too, even though all the lights are out. So kind of discipline yourself to get that rest when you can.
Hmm.
When the baby's sleeping, you need to sleep. Look, whatever's on that phone, whatever's on that device is gonna be there. Unless it's like something of importance of a text message or something you really have to take, that stuff can wait, right?
Right.
So that's one of the things that I definitely want to say for our parents of today, especially with little kids, babies, newborns, um, is to value your time because they will, like I said before, that circadian rhythm, that not knowing day from night, they will wake up in the middle of the night. They will take up a good bit of your time. So if you can just push that phone aside and get you some sleep, then great.
When they're
The other,
sleeping.
when they're sleeping,
Hmm.
try to get you some sleep. The other thing is, for parents who are breastfeeding or bottle feeding at night, make sure that everything is ready to go. Okay, having bottles prepared or a good feeding station, that can set up, that can really save you. If you have a good setup, it can save you a lot of stress. If you have a partner that can help you with that, then great. But you want to kind of do a lot of that before you get ready to lay down to lay the baby down if you could.
Yeah, I remember we used to prep our bottles ahead of time. So
Or
now,
when Aisha was asleep, I'd be out prepping the bottle. Or
right.
when I'm asleep, she's, we teamwork.
We only had our middle one that breastfed, so she was, of course, on the breast. But the other babies were the milk. We would wash the bottles, boil the bottles, put a little milk in. So literally, a bottle of water beside the bed, pop it in, shake, and it was time to feed. But we do want you all to know that if baby does wake up and is struggling to get back into a good sleep rhythm, then swaddling can help them. Sometimes. You can just give them a nice little swaddle down. They have some new swaddles called Love to Dream Swaddle Up, allows babies to sleep in a natural position.
Yo, that's like a baby sleeping bag.
Yes,
I
yes.
mean,
So
except for like their arms are up. So if y'all haven't seen that, definitely check that out online.
yeah, it's pretty awesome. So yeah, that allows them to sleep in a natural position so they don't feel like they're restricted and they'll typically just doze right back off after they're fed.
Feeling secure, you don't have to worry about them scratching their face, and a lot of those like blankets like that um prevents them from escaping for out of the blanket. So I mean, I think it does create a sense of security for the baby. So, a quick recap on managing nighttime wake ups. Remember, they are normal. It's normal for newborns to just wake up like that, but you know, um, just know, like I said before, it does decrease as the baby gets older. So, along with that, keep your interactions calm at a
Yeah.
minimum at night. Like Aisha said, dim the lights, soft voices is always good. Um, and prepare nighttime feedings in advance. That will definitely reduce stress.
Use swallowers to help your baby feel secure and settle back to sleep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about the holy grail of parenting, and
What
that
is
is
that?
getting your baby to sleep throughout the night.
For sure.
Ba-
Patience
Hey,
and
what's the secret?
look, patience.
Patience, for real.
And also the second one is consistency. It takes around 6 to 8 weeks to encourage your baby to sleep longer stretches by gradually spacing out nighttime feedings. You can also try dream feeding. I had never heard of this before, which was amazing. Give your baby a feeding right before they go to sleep.
You know the term of
The
dream
term
feeding.
dream feeding. We did this, but I never
Yeah.
heard the term dream feeding, right? So you feed your baby right before it's time to go to sleep, and then they'll sleep longer times. Like that is amazing. That did help us out a lot, and I'm very thankful for that.
Hey, and don't forget to make sure that they're getting enough to eat during the day, throughout the day. You know, a well fed baby is more likely to sleep longer at night. So definitely feed them throughout the day. And like Aisha said, that dream meal that right before bedtime, they get them nice and full. Their head is just bobbling. You just see
Yeah.
them like, whoa, just head just bobbling and burp them often too, of course. You know what
Yes.
I'm saying? So they can
Every
sleep
ounce to
good. They're
two
not waking
ounces.
up,
Yeah.
throwing up, and stuff like that. So, that's good tips.
Yes, and as they grow, you can start teaching them to self-soothe by giving them a few minutes to settle in before rushing right in to every noise that you hear. Some babies will coo and kai and then they'll put themselves to sleep. It's hard, but it's worth everything
In the
that
long run,
all of the energy that you're putting into it, it's all worth it.
every baby's different. So some will start sleeping in longer stretches earlier than others. That's okay. Just keep at it. Okay. Some babies you may have to attend to a little more often. But like Aisha said, every time they just get to crying right away, you don't always have to just rush in there.
Right.
Sometimes they'll self-soothe, and before you know it, they'll fall back to sleep. It's good to have a baby monitor, or if you put the baby to sleep and just say you've gone to um clean up real quick. Like I said, it's best to try to get to sleep when you can, but for our single parents, those who have to multitask, if you put your baby to sleep and you're in there, you just say prepping some bottles, or because you didn't get a chance to do that, or you're tidying up a little bit, or whatever, just to make your day a little bit smoother for the next day, then you hear that little cry here and there, you could rush in there, kind of peek in there, make sure they're all right. That's just them waking up. That's just them, kind of getting, I guess, acclimated to this day and night thing. So it does take some time, and each baby is different.
Hmm. So to sum it up, for those longer stretches of sleep, it takes around 6 to 8 weeks to start spacing out nighttime feedings gradually, right? Try dream feeding to help your baby sleep longer. Ensure your baby is well fed during the day to reduce nighttime hunger.
Exactly. Also, self soothing, like I said, gives your baby more time to settle in before intervening. Just let them, self soothe.
Before we wrap up, I want to hear from you. What worked for you when it comes to sleep training? Share your tips and comments on our social media pages, or you can drop them right into the comments.
Don't miss out on our next episode of Instructions Not Included: Breastfeeding versus Formula Feeding, making the right choice for you. So join us on YouTube at Sweet Face Scans, or you can check us out at I&I Parenting Podcast for real talk, laughs, parenting insights. But be sure to like and subscribe, hit the notification bell so you'll always be in the loop. Hey, we
That's
can't
right.
wait to see you guys.
Thanks for joining us today. And remember, sleep training takes time and patience, but you got it. We're here. We'll see you on the next episode of Instructions Not Included.
All right, take care. Until next time, keep doing your best. Look, that's all you can do, and that's all your baby needs.
And remember, we're always here for you.
Sweet face, baby. You see down there at the bottom? We got our Nana here today. Left, to the left, to the left, bottom
The
left,
baby
blue.
girl is running the board.
Yeah, what does it say? There you go. And look, we had a comment. You never put it up there.
What we have?
I told you to click the comment. Go to the comment, click it.
Are we
Double
still
click it.
live?
No, we're not.
Okay.
It's too late now. Did you click it?
Who was in the
Double
comments?
click it. It didn't pop up. Pull it over to the screen. The comment. Not the whole thing, child. Just the person. It was look like it was Boss Man.
I was messing all up today.
Yeah, you was reading, looking at your screen here, and I'm like, it's right there. But you was
I only did that once. Looked at the screen here.
oh my. It's the eCam. It's the eCam. Pay attention. eCam. Yep. I know it's your first day, so I'm thankful you're doing it. But yeah, it's all good. Yeah, we did have that one comment, and I blew right past that one. That's what I needed you to pay attention to. But now you know. It's good for your first date. Boss man said dope. A lot of good information. So what you would have done. Yeah, it's boss man. Boss man. This is back to live mode and it's public. Kingsley, the guy that comes by, used to come by every now and then. So yeah, we still live. Thanks, boss man.
Excuse me.
What do? You see how it's right there? We got a new. You see? That's why I said click it. That right there. Boss man, boss man, boss man. Appreciate you, bro. He said still.
He said what?
I know. We I'm peeking to the camera real quick now.
Yeah, no.
Come on, show him.
No.
Co-producer. We got a new co-producer, man.
What's going on?
Nothing. I mean, we still live. It was just
My ears.
we got. Nah, you gotta say what's up to
No.
you part of the staff now.
Okay.
You part of the staff now. Just say
No.
what's up real quick.
No.
I'll turn the camera to you.
Play with me if you want.
This how it go down when we live, though. I want y'all to know. Look, we've been putting a lot of hours into this, making this thing right and sweet things.
Baby.
Dad.
So we what?
You know something that mom told me?
Oh, not right now while we
I
live.
don't even know if they can
It's
hear
about
me.
shampoo.
Not right now. We'll talk about
We
that
still
later.
live, though.
We're still live.
Look here. We've been putting a lot of work into this here. You know what I'm saying? We're giving y'all all of the great information throughout being parents and
I
grandparents.
hope you cut all this out.
No, I mean for the video we will, but
Yeah.
you know, real talk. Like, hey, can you throw that up on the screen? I still need you to do. So my executive producer's not in today. She was feeling a little under the weather. So we got our co-producer in the house today. Our co-producer, I mean, the one who on the intro that says co-producer, well, she's got a raise. She's got a promotion. She's now the executive producer. She's now the executive producer. Hey, I'm not seeing it pop up on the screen up here though. But I'm not seeing it up here on our monitors. So I can't even read it. No, look up, Sanai. I don't even know. Our executive producer would know, but she's not here today. I'm not gonna call her because she feels a little under the weather. But hey, boss man, I appreciate you showing up as always, man. As always. And look, we growing. Things are getting better. We're gonna have more than just one one live viewer. I am starting to see, getting a few views on YouTube, but Main thing is we're perfecting this, right? So when you see us going live, this is really the beginning stages of something amazing,
I would
right?
record it me straight up. Like I wouldn't be live, but
Now I wanted to do this live thing. It's really just to get used to everything, to get used to um being able to talk to our community. But
mm,
it's hard to do that when the comments don't pop up on the screen and my co producer um who about to be 13, y'all. So I mean, show some love. She about to be 13 in a few days. Yeah, she turned into a teenager. And she don't even want to be on the screen, but we'll get her. I'm gonna put her in the next intro. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put her in the credits for the outro.
No.
She's part time at that. Can I see some
she is
are
so
you
funny.
putting it up on the screen or you
I
just
did, but I don't know how to
will
put
you
it over
the
here.
next one and then the next one and then the next one? Oh. Oh my goodness, man.
We have to
There you
talk
go.
events.
So we got some events coming up, Sweet Face. We do got to talk about that. And Black Effect podcast.
Yeah.
We will be there as well. The third annual Black Effect podcast will be in the building. We won't be on the stage, not yet, but we will. But we will be in the building, rubbing elbows and just chopping it up with other people who are blazing the trail with their podcast. Cause we coming, y'all. We coming. Hey,
Side eye.
much love to everybody. Once again, thank you,
Thank
boss
y'all so
man,
much.
and thank all the listeners and viewers for checking us out. We gonna end this broadcast if my co-producer learns how to actually end the broadcast this time. Blue button to the left, and then you have to actually close it out. Peace out. Let me take over.
Y'all are too funny. I'm in a bit of a dilemma here.
I already put that up there. Oh, that's how I did. I didn't hit publish.
I don't think you ever even went live.
I did.
When you went here, you went to free.
No, when you
That's
told
my
me
baby.
when you told me
Thank you.
you told me to go live and I did.
Oh no, you did that part, but you never ended it
Yeah,
because
no.
my baby. Look, you where that say finish?
Oh.
In broadcast.